You know the funny thing about small talk? Most people treat it like the opening band at a concert, something you awkwardly survive until the real thing starts. The deep conversations, the meaningful connection, the we stayed up talking for 4 hours type of vibe. That's what everyone wants, right? But here's the part nobody realizes. Every single relationship in your life started with small talk. Your best friend probably began with, "So, what classes are you taking?" Your favorite coworker started with some painfully dry comment about the weather. Even relationships that changed your life usually began with two people pretending they knew how conversations worked. And yet somehow, people still treat small talk like a useless side quest. But here's the truth. Small talk is not about saying impressive things. It's not about being charismatic. It's not about having perfect confidence. And it's definitely not about memorizing 10 psychologically irresistible conversation starters. Most of the time, it's just about making someone feel noticed. That's it. Because most people walk through life feeling invisible. Not in a dramatic nobody understands me way. I mean literally invisible. People stare at phones, wait for their turn to talk, half listen, nod automatically like broken NPCs. So when someone actually notices something about them, their brain lights up. And that brings us to the single easiest social skill almost nobody uses: active observation. Yeah, I know. Sounds like something invented by a sleep-deprived psychology professor, but stick with me, because this one thing can completely change how you talk to people. Active observation is simple. You stop obsessing over what to say, and start paying attention to what's already there. Their shoes, their drink order, the book they're holding, the way they keep checking the exit like they regret coming here. You notice details, then you comment on them naturally, not like an FBI profiler. Relax, you're not interrogating them. You're just acknowledging reality in a way that feels human. And that works because observations feel safer than questions. Questions can feel like pressure. What do you do? Where are you from? What are your passions? Bro, relax. This is a coffee shop, not a job interview. Observations are different. They invite instead of demand. For example, imagine someone's holding a book. Most people go, "What are you reading?" Which sounds normal, but secretly, that question creates homework. Now they have to explain the plot, summarize the book, justify why they're reading it, and suddenly your casual conversation feels like an oral exam. Instead, say something like, "That book looks emotionally exhausting." Boom. Now there's room for personality. Maybe they laugh and say, "It absolutely is." Maybe they go, "This is my third time reading it. I honestly hate it, but I've committed too much time to quit now." See the difference? You didn't demand information. You created space. That's the whole game. And it works everywhere. At parties, at work, on dates, even in painfully awkward social situations where everyone's pretending to enjoy themselves. Like networking events, which are basically adult escape rooms with name tags. Let's say someone walks by carrying suspicious-looking party food. Instead of silently staring at your drink like it contains emotional support, you say, "Be honest, is that chicken safe?" That's it. Simple. Playful. Human. You're not trying to impress them, you're just giving the conversation somewhere to go. And ironically, that's exactly why people who are good at small talk seem charismatic. Because charisma usually isn't cleverness, it's presence. It's making people feel like you actually see them instead of treating them like background noise. And here's what's funny. Most introverts think they hate small talk, when they actually just hate forced conversation. There's a difference. Small talk becomes interesting the moment you stop trying to perform and start observing. Because people are weird, and weird is endlessly entertaining. Some guy has tiny rubber ducks on his tie. There's a story there. Someone orders a coffee that looks like melted ice cream with anxiety on top. There's a story there too. People constantly reveal themselves in tiny ways. Most just never notice. That's why active observation works so well. It cuts through autopilot. It makes interactions feel spontaneous instead of scripted. And the best part? You don't need insane confidence to do it. You just need attention, which honestly is rare now because everybody's distracted. Everybody's in their own head. Everybody's mentally rehearsing what to say next instead of actually listening. So the moment you genuinely notice someone, you instantly become more memorable than 90% of people they talk to that day. And no, not every observation will lead to some magical life-changing conversation. Sometimes people won't respond much. Cool, that's normal. The goal isn't to force connection. The goal is to create the opportunity for it. That's it. No pressure, no performance, no alpha communication tactics. Just noticing, commenting, and letting the conversation breathe. Because the truth is, people don't remember perfect lines. They remember how you made them feel, seen, comfortable, interesting. And in a world where most people barely pay attention to each other anymore, that's surprisingly powerful. So next time you're standing in line, sitting in class, waiting at a coffee shop, or trapped in some painfully awkward social setting, try this. Notice one thing, comment on it naturally, and stop worrying so much about sounding impressive. Worst case, the conversation dies. Best case, you make a real connection. And honestly, that's all small talk was ever supposed to do.